Okay guys, welcome once again to this tutorial. So in this video we're going to be learning how to draft this wrap blouse. So the first thing is to draw your shoulder line. This is my shoulder line like so. Okay, so I'm going to be drafting this pattern on fold. This pattern is on fold, so I'm going to be drafting it on fold. Okay, so after drawing the shoulder line, I'll go ahead and mark all my vertical body measurements. So the actual length of this blouse is 19 inches. So this is the full length of the blouse. So I'll go ahead and mark my chest line, my bust line, and then my half length. Okay, so to be on the safe side, I'd like to remark it at this end again, just like we get a straight line. Okay, so half length, then the full length. So this measurement I'm working with is really small. So on the chest line, I'll divide my shoulder into two. Okay, just divide your shoulder measurements into two. Okay, so from this end I'm going to slant the shoulder down by 1.5. okay, so now I'm using the basic neckline 3 inches for the width, and for the depth as well I'm going to be marking 3 inches. Okay, just like so. So guys, I'll find the middle of my armhole so that I can be able to create my armhole curve, which is 2.6. So from that 2.6 I'm going to come in by 0.75 like so. Alright, so on the chest line I'll divide my bust circumference measurements by 4, and then I'll mark, introduce the French curve again to get a perfect curve from that point. From this side now I'll just connect it like so. So on the bust line you divide your bust by 4 as well. On the half length, divide it by 4. That's your round waist plus 1 inch. Okay, because we'll be taking out 1 inch at that point. So upper hip divided by 4. Okay guys, we now have our normal basic bodies. So mark half of your bust span, your nipple to nipple divided by 2. So from your bust point come down by 0.5 like so. So I'll just draw the line from that point to the full length of the blouse. So after this, I'll then go ahead and open it up, and exactly what I have here, I'll have to draft it on the other side. Okay. You will draft it at this side. Okay, so now it's now time for us to transform this to a wrap blouse. Okay, so I'm just going to get the neckline. So, and that is it. So guys, I'm using this black marker. Okay, you know this blouse, this is a wrap blouse, So the first thing we're going to talk about is the neckline. Okay, it's wrapped this way. So I'm using this black marker to draft this very side. So I'm using these two different color of markers. So black for one side and then the blue for one side, so that you guys will be able to see them, the difference. Okay. So now this wrap blouse, it stopped at the half length. So from the neckline, I'm just going to place my French curve like this at the neckline. So I'll just go ahead and take it. Okay, so now I have my wrap blouse. So this very point is the side that has extension on the hem. So what we are going to do is for you to measure your preferred extension at the hem. So I'm using the black marker for this one. So from this point, I'll just make use of what I have here, which is, I'll draw a line first so that you guys will see the ending. Okay, so now this is the ending. So from the center front, we are going to extend the line down to meet the extension, like so. Okay, so just from this point, you are going to reconnect it back to the full length of the blouse with a straight line. You do not need a curve at this point, just like so. So now remember what we are drafting now is this part is black. Okay guys, so now if you take a good look at this blouse, show that it has pleats on the upper hip side, and so from this point we are going to be marking 1 inch like so. I think it has 3 pleats, right? So just get those pleats like so, and from the end of that plate you are going to connect it. But this time around, we do not need a straight line, we need to make use of a French curve. Okay, that is if you really want to get the effect of this blouse just the way it is, then what you need is this, a curve. Okay, just like this. So now for the plate, we just go ahead and connect the first slash line. Take this up to this point. Okay, that's plate number 1. So this one, okay, this is just how the blouse is. All right, so now this is the last one. We take it up like so, and that is it for this very part. Okay, we have gotten this side the way it is. So now on the side with the blue marker, that's this very side. This one is having a princess dart. Take a good look at it. It's having a princess what? Dart. But before then, we're going to create the neckline first. So from this point, I'll measure the width of the strap. It's having a strap, so 3.5 is okay for the strap. Okay, so now from this strap, I'm just going to draw a straight line. This is the strap that is having a flower, right? So I'll just connect it like so. Okay, so now from that strap, I'll just use the French curve and recreate the neckline. I'm no longer using this neckline, that's just the way this clothes is. So I'm just going to place the French curve. So now I'm going to, from that point, I'm going to recreate this my neckline. Okay, so from the end of that strap, you take it like so. That is it. So now from this end, you're going to take it back to the armhole. You're going to now recreate this our armhole. Okay, all right, you're just going to blend into the armhole at the side. Okay, so now when you get to this point, just blend it a bit, and that's just it. So now it's having a princess dart Okay, so what you're going to do is for you to find the middle of this ample. Find the middle of this ample. Just take the measurement round to find out the middle, and this is 8.3. So now 8.3 divided by 2, that is how I'll get the middle. So I'll just fold my tape in like so. Okay, so now from this point I'll go ahead and mark half of it. Okay, so now I'll get it at this point, at this very point. Alright, so now I'm going to introduce the French curve. So now from the French curve, I'm going to connect this line back to the nipple point like so. So that is it. I'll just blend this one. Okay, so from this end I'll mark 0.5. You know, we do not need so much contouring at that point. I'll just mark 0.5, and with a French curve I will blend it back like so. Okay, so now we have to return this dart we have just taken out. So from this point, from the end of this blue line, you extend it by 0.5. Okay, so now you will bring your French curve and place it like so, making sure that this French curve is aligning with this very one. You see the way I'm positioning it? Just make sure that it's going to fit in to this very end. So now from there you get it. If you don't do it this way, you're going to find out that it's not going to come out well. Okay, by the time you sew it, so just from there I get it like so, and you are done. So this is just so, guys, we'll then go ahead to cut it out. Okay, so I'll start from this point. With the tutorial. So the last thing I'm going to do is to fold in the other side so that I can be able to cut out this one. So I'll just go ahead and fold it in like so. Introduce another pattern paper and place this one on top of it. Okay, so just place it like so and trace it out. Another pattern paper. Okay, this is an overlap blouse, so you're not adding any sewing allowance yet because you're still working on it, right? So you can go ahead and pin it down.
The fire burned, but it's now ash. Tides retreat, no need to clash. The echoes hush, the noise unwound.
So now from this point I've just drawn the straight line. As you guys can see, they are all very visible. That's because I traced it. I took out my time to trace it properly. Do not trace yours like this. It's not going to give you what you want. Okay, so just trace it so that it will be easier for you to locate the slash lines that we have. So now go ahead and cut this one out.
The world can wait, won't wear the crown. Just me in peace, I'm calming down. I'm calming down. I'm calming down. Yeah, I'm slowing time. Feel the rhythm settle in my mind. Let the waves fade, let the chaos drown. I'm calming down. I'm calming down.
So okay guys, I'll place it like this. So you can space it maybe intervals of 1 inch or 1.5. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to pin this one. Okay, so I'll pin this one and then I'll measure how I want to space the plate. Okay, maybe 2 inches or 2.5 inches. Okay, let me just do 2 inches. Okay, so now this one should stop here. So I'll pin it down also at the 2 inches. Okay. So now measure 2 inches again. From the end of this point, I'll measure 2 inches. Okay. So I'll go ahead and place the second one on that 2 inches as well. Okay. So I'll go ahead and pin it. So now 2 inches again. So from here I'll measure another 2 inches. So now, okay. So go ahead and pin it as well. So now with this I can then cut it out.
Let the waves fade, let the chaos drown. I'm calming down. I'm calming down. The fire burned, but it's now ash. Tides retreat, no need to clash. The echoes hush, the noise unwound. I'm breathing deep, I'm calming down. I'm calming down, yeah, I'm slowing time. Feel the rhythm settle in my mind. Let the waves fade, let the chaos drown. I'm calming down. I'm calming down. No need to fight, no need to rage. This moment here is my safe space. The world can wait, won't wear the crown. Just me in peace.
So this is what we have. It's okay guys, hope you guys are not forgetting this very well. Okay, because the inner part we are still here to cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to open up the fold, keep this one aside, open up the fold so that we can now cut out this one. Okay, so now to do that I'm going to cut this one out.
I'm calming down. I'm calming down.
So first of all, I would like to match it before I can cut out the princess. That's right. So this is exactly what the dress looks like, right? Did we get this? Of course we did. And this is it. So you can just go ahead and cut out, remove the darts, and that's just it. Okay, so can you guys see? All right, see you guys on my next one. Bye.